What is going on, everyone? Griffin here, and we are talking about my removal from the Rogue Company Creator Program. So let's head over and let's talk about it. So before we get into the meat of the video, I did see something very interesting over on Twitter that I wanted to add into the video before I released it publicly. So over here at Rogue Company Wiki, at Rogue Wiki, with the termination of the Rogue Company Partner Program, we are sad to announce that we will also be shutting down the roguecompany.wiki.com website. We will update here and on the site when an official end date has been determined. Thank you for your support. And then, of course, the following day, there was a tweet that went out that said, after deliberating, it has been decided that the site will be taken offline October the 1st. Thanks again to everyone who supported the creation of the site and contributed to keep it up to date. And of course, the Rogue Wiki is something that I referenced consistently about all of the issues within the game. You know, you could always go here and look up the rogues, what the perks were, you know, what weapons they have access to by default, the maps, abilities, weapons, all that good stuff. So it was a fantastic place that was ran by a creator that assembled all of the information that was available, at least publicly available, into one place. And like I said, it's a shame that, you know, this is having to shut down, but it makes sense. So I find this very interesting, right? Because this video is me talking about being kicked out of the creator program. And then, you know, after waiting for a very long time, after I was initially kicked out before I even decided to make the video and to publicly comment on it, we find out that the Rogue Company Partner Program is being shut down, or it's being terminated, right? And this is even more, you know, this validates what I'm saying in the rest of this video even more so. It's been roughly a month since I was kicked out, and they couldn't wait. You know, this isn't a decision that happens overnight, right? Somebody doesn't wake up and say, you know what, we need to shut down the Rogue Company Partner Program. No, this is a very in-depth thing where they have to get with members of the legal department and things like that within Hi-Rez to make sure that they go about it the right way, because everybody that joins the partner program or the creator program has to sign documents and contracts saying that they won't disclose any of the information from said program. So they have to go through their legal channels in order to shut this thing down correctly, or all of that information could be shared online, whether it be videos, pictures, you know, talking about any of that information. So I'm not sure if them kicking me out was a way to extend the documents that I have signed. I don't know if once the termination of the partner program happens, if it frees everyone up from their, you know, responsibilities of that contract that was signed. I'm not 100% sure, but it is a gigantic slap in the face. You couldn't wait a month. What did I do that was so wrong that you couldn't wait a month when you knew that this was going to happen, when you knew that this was in the pipeline? That's all I wanted to say about that, guys. Not sure when the termination of the program is going to happen. For all I know, it could have already happened at this point. Who knows? But I just wanted to throw that out there. But without further ado, on to the rest of the video. So about a month ago, I was removed from the Rogue Company Creator Program. Now, not exactly sure the reasoning behind my removal from the Creator Program. I reached out to the lead producer at Evil Mojo, who actually, you know, has Rogue Company under their umbrella now since the Hi-Rez restructure happened. And they did not contact me back. They did not give me any type of reasoning, tell me if there was any violations towards any types of agreements or terms of services that I was a part of. It just happened. I wasn't even notified that I was removed from the creator program until I started asking questions to a couple of other creators, which I think is very hilarious, honestly. The people over there don't even have the backbone to message someone and let them know not only that they're being removed from the program, but why they are being removed from the program. Now, we'll do a little bit of speculation here as to why I was removed. And so why was I removed? Well, it could be the fact that I didn't sugarcoat anything. You know, I make my videos and I talk to people a very specific kind of way. It's a very matter of fact, very straightforward. It is definitely how I grew up. It is definitely how I like to be addressed by people. I do not like this whole weird beat around the bush, let's kick rocks for 10 years and try to hopefully eventually one day get to a point. I'm not a fan of that at all. I like to be direct. I like to be honest about things. If I think things are good, then I will definitely say so. If I think things are bad, I will definitely say so. And I will explain exactly why I think they are bad and explain exactly how you can fix these things, most of the time with several examples on how things could be fixed, right? That's potentially one reasoning because some people don't know how to take that type of brutal honesty from people, which is very unfortunate. They like to have things sugar coated and spoon fed to them. And that's very unfortunate because by the time that you actually get to the core issue or the core problem, then normally it's too late to try to fix it. Another reasoning is because maybe I haven't created Rogue Company content in a while. If I go back and look, the last time that I uploaded anything that was Rogue Company related was a stream that I did on August the 6th, which was a multi-stream test. And I streamed for roughly 2 hours. I was streaming on YouTube here, and I was also streaming on Twitch to test out the multi-streaming capabilities of my setup and also to see what the quality was like and things like that. I don't really find that as the reasoning why I was removed from the creator program, considering that there are many, many, many former and current members of the creator program that stopped uploading Rogue Company content way before I stopped uploading Rogue Company content. And not only that, but the game has to be active in order for someone to actually make content on it, right? There has to be battle passes, there has to be event passes, there has to be, new things being added into the game, new balance changes, things like that. If there's nothing to create content on, then you can't fault the creators for not creating content on your property, right? That's kind of the way that I look at it. Honestly, I'm not sure why I was removed from the creator program. And to be completely honest, I don't care that I was removed from the creator program. Now, I can't discuss in detail the things that were said, the things that were shown, the things that were, tested there in the creator program because of the whole agreement situation. I could definitely, share a lot of information with a lot of people and show a lot of information with a lot of people, but I'm not going to do that. But I am going to talk about my own personal experience just being part of a creator program. And this isn't Rogue Company or High Res specific when it comes to creator program. This is how I envision the majority of creator programs that most video games have set up. It is a way to assemble a group of content creators that you don't have to give any money to, that you don't have to pay, that basically act as community managers for the property and also QA testers for the property. So with that being said, like any other game creator programs that come available, I'm definitely not interested because if I'm not going to be heard, if my feedback is not going to be taken seriously and taken into consideration in any capacity, then why am I going to waste my time and energy? Why would I invest that much time and that much energy into something, into one specific game? Even if I want the game to succeed, why would I do that? Do I feel like a fool for doing that? Yeah, just a little bit. I really do. And that sucks because Rogue Company was something that I really wanted to succeed. I saw the faults that happened with Smite. I saw the faults that happened with Paladins. And I was really hoping that Rogue Company would have been handled completely different, but they handled it worse than the other two properties, in my opinion. And despite all of the feedback from the community, despite all of the feedback from the creators, it has still gone the way that it has gone. And it's very unfortunate for people like me, for people like all of us that legitimately love the property, that love the game, that wants the game to succeed, that wants the game to be something that we all look forward to hopping into and playing again. The reason why I haven't created any content in so long is because of all this stuff that's going on. I wanted to kind of put everything on hold for just a second, reach out to the parties that be and try to find some type of reasoning behind everything and basically settle it. You don't have to tell me why. And I'm okay with that. But I can definitely sit here and speculate. And now I can honestly, legitimately say anything that I want to about this game without holding back. And trust me, I've held back plenty. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not holding back. As a matter of fact, I'm not creating any content for any high-res games moving forward or any of their subsidiaries. No Prophecy Gaming, no Tribes, whoever is working on that. Anybody that's affiliated with high-res studios in any way, shape, or form are doomed to fail just by being associated with that company. And I will not be promoting or creating anything for those games. And that sucks because it's amazing to me that you are able to capture lightning in a bottle multiple times. You did it with Smite. You did it with Paladins. You did it with Rogue Company. And then you always seem to fumble the ball. Whenever things are most important and things are most crucial, you absolutely fumble the ball and you get nowhere. Why am I going to waste my time and energy promoting something that doesn't care enough for itself, much less the community that's trying to back it? The footage that I'm laying this video on top of isn't my footage. It's definitely going to either be Ty Valley's footage or it's going to be Garbo's footage. So if you're not subscribed to those cats, be sure to go subscribe to them. They both still play the game regularly. They still promote the game. They still make content on the game, at least as of right now, until something else comes along. I can almost say that with 100% assurance that until something better comes along, this is going to be, kind of the default for those guys. And that's fine. I've been having a good time trying other games out. I've been having a good time playing single player games. And I am only realistically looking forward to Marvel Rivals at this point. Concord came out and died. I thought about making a video about that, but I knew that the context for that video wouldn't be in the right spot, especially with all this other stuff going on behind the scenes, without actually making the video of like why I feel a certain kind of way, especially about developers now. And I knew that that wouldn't have been a good way to kind of reintroduce myself into content creation. Therefore, I'm making this video first. That way, if I still want to make a Concord video, I can. If I want to make a video in the future about any other games that are coming out or releasing, everybody can kind of understand exactly why I feel the way that I do about developers. And the way that I feel about developers is they are the biggest group of egotistical individuals that I've ever seen. They have this arrogance about them. At least 99% of them that I've come into contact with have this arrogance about them that we created the game. We know what's best. Well, if that's the case, then you would have released a fully finished, no update needed gaming experience for everybody. But you didn't. So you definitely dropped the ball with all of that, and you're definitely in the wrong headspace, entirely wrong headspace, to be part of a development team. As far as Rogue Company is concerned, that is a classic case of too many cooks in the kitchen, too many chiefs, not enough Indians. You can, however you want to phrase that, that's where you have a large group of people with a lot of different ideas and a lot of different ways that they want to take that experience. And there is no one person that is in charge over there enough to put their foot down and to keep the core fundamentals of what that gaming experience is intact. To take all of this feedback in and to filter all of this feedback just through the development team, not even through the community, but just through the development team, and actually use those ideas and use those people that come up with those ideas in the way that they need to be used, because they have degrees, because they've went to school for all this stuff, and actually lead the game into the direction that it needs to go. We saw it with Gandhi. We saw it with Pretty Hair. We saw Jared try to do the right thing, but he was definitely not given enough time to do anything that he needed to do with Rogue Company. So I'm not even going to factor him into this equation. And then after that, it's just kind of fell off from there. Let's just be honest. There's been less than 5 major updates since Jared's unfortunate, removal, from the company. And those have just been like, hey, here's some stuff, so y'all be quiet. That's definitely how it feels anyway. Until now, it's just nothing. It's been November was the last content update that we've gotten. Vivi released like in June or July of last year, somewhere like that. Let's see, June the 27th was whenever, Rogue Company was actually tweeting about Vivi's inclusion into the game. So it's been way over a year since she was released. I guess that's when the last event pass was released as well. Pretty sure because it was this, summer event pass or whatever it was. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. Do I regret my time being in the creator program? No, because I met some absolutely incredible people while I was part of the creator program. I met some fantastic content creators. I'm happy that I met the people that I met through those channels. A lot of friendships were formed from Rogue Company itself, and we grew the channel. We grew this channel on pretty much strictly Rogue Company content. And I was absolutely for it in so many different ways. I went out of my way to create posts on Reddit and videos trying to explain specific things that are happening, within the gaming sphere itself in order to explain what the restructuring at high res meant to try to ease some people's minds. And looking back, it's like I should have just listened to those people because what those people were saying from the get go is absolutely what's happening with Rogue Company. And it's not going the way that I would assume that like people that run companies would want it to go. I gave High Res the benefit of the doubt. And because I gave them the benefit of the doubt, I joined some incredible content creators that have completely been ostracized from High Res itself. Helvian, Cyberbolt, Z1. There's a ton of good content creators out there that High Res just didn't see quite eye to eye on. So they just basically, well, you can go watch Cyberbolt's videos and Helvian's videos and see exactly how those guys were treated. I mean, it's not, it's fine. I'm just glad that I wasn't pulled through as much crap as any of those guys were. I'm glad that once the head was cut off, then that was the end of it, as opposed to having this whole drawn out process over months and months and months and months. So that's where I stand with everything. I'm done with High Res. I'm done with Rogue Company. I don't think that Smite 2 is going to get High Res where they are expecting it to. And the reason why is because they already have a competitor in the market that is doing better than Smite 2 is and doing better than Smite 1 is with Deadlock. So, and that is only releasing as of right now. It hasn't even officially been announced, but like it's only on PC right now. That's not even counting potential console releases in the future. But whenever that game is keeping a pretty consistent concurrent player count of around 100,000 players, and Smite 2 is only averaging about 3,000 players. And let's see, what's the first Smite averaging? About 8,000 players. I mean, sure, 10,000 compared to 100,000 kind of speaks for itself right there, don't it? So we'll see what happens in the future. But hey, High Res, I hope everything works out exactly the way that you want it to. We'll see. We'll see. But I really do hope that it works out the way that you want. But yeah, guys, please be expecting more videos from me. I'm actually going to have another video coming out very soon that is going to be just talking about the future of the channel and some very exciting things that have happened to me as of recently that is going to kind of impact, how my content is going to be made and things like that. So please be on the lookout for that. And I will continue uploading content on the TTRPG that my brother and I are working on and any other games that are coming out. I'm very much looking forward to making content on Marvel Rivals. I think that that's going to be a really good and enjoyable experience. And then if there's anything else that comes out that kind of piques my interest, I will definitely be trying that out and potentially uploading videos about that stuff. But if you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, then consider hitting that join button to become one of the 256 crew members. Lastly, on Thursdays and also on Sundays, I will be streaming here on YouTube and I will be streaming on Twitch as well. So please be on the lookout for those. And yeah, guys, y'all stay cool out there. Y'all stay good to one another. And I will catch you guys next time. Later.
Enemies eliminated. That's what I like to see.
The fact that I missed him, but he hit me. Oh, boy.